Hey guys, how you doing? Today is Friday, June 20th, otherwise known around here as Bryn's birthday. She is 14 today. I cannot believe it. It's insane how fast that time flew. Her official birthday is 4/21 this afternoon, so I'm going to be sure to videotape her and sing to her. I told you guys in April when it was Kerrigan's birthday how Kerrigan got her name. Bryn, I originally had just kind of made it up. I was working in Fredericton and I was taking someone's shift at lunch and just working the main desk, answering phones during the administrative assistant's lunch break, and I was sitting there and I was like, okay, what's a word that, or a name that starts with B? I like the letter B. So I did BR, and then I was just trying to think of things. I was like, BRIN, Bryn. So I came up with that, and then I told my friend, Nikki, I said, what do you think of BRIN? She said, what about BRYN? And then I told Scott about it, and he said, what about BRYNN? And I'm like, okay, I like that. And then he said, what about BRYNNE? I'm like, no, stop, because then it'll get Brynny. So we were like, okay, Bryn. All right, sounds good. And then I looked it up, and it's actually a name. I had no idea. It's Welsh. It means a hill. And, but yeah, I really liked it. And for her middle name, I wanted to pass on Dawn to her, but Bryn Dawn, it sounded like allergy medication. Have Bryn Dawn and have a new day. Like, it just sounded silly together. So, yeah, so she ended up being Bryn Kathleen. I don't know why Kathleen. My Nana's sister, her name's Kathleen, but it had, and my other grandmother, her middle name is Catherine, but it had nothing to do with them. I just really liked the name Kathleen, and Annette actually has a niece named Kathleen. I don't know, there's something about the name I just have always liked, and it's even in one of my movies that I like is You've Got Mail, and her name's Kathleen Kelly. I don't know, there's something about that name I like. So it's Bryn Kathleen, and yeah, she was born on June 20th up in Fredericton, New Brunswick. We had originally gone in on the 19th. They induced me. They thought I was early, or they thought I was late, and then they gave me sleeping pills that night at the hospital. They kept us overnight, and they gave me sleeping pills. I'm like, I've never had a sleeping pill. I was like out. They gave me was it two? It was 2 pills, I'm sure. Anyway, they gave me a sleeping pill, and I was out within 13 seconds. It was insane. And then the next day, she was kind of sluggish. They were giving me apple juice and stuff to kind of rouse her. I was like, well, you put her to sleep. Like, what were you can't take any pills or any crazy medications the whole time you're pregnant. And then, like, the night before you give birth, they start loading you with stuff. So yeah, they broke my water on the 20th around noon, and I looked over and Scott was as white as a sheet. Like, when they say someone has, like, they just go pale and they go white, I could see every freckle and every pore, every mole on his face. It was insane. He just about went down. So the nurses all ditch me for a minute and go check on him and kept him upright, but yeah, he wasn't doing too good. And then after they broke my water, I was just like, oh sweet God. I didn't really go into labor because I had labor pains once they broke my water for like 5 minutes, and I was like, get the epi guy. Like, where is he? Go, someone find him now. And I was just sitting there holding my breath, and the nurse was like, you have to breathe. I'm like, no, I don't. No, I'm good. Just leave me alone. So anyway, all hell broke loose around 4 o'clock, and they came in to take me for a C-section, emergency C-section, because they kept getting me to roll back and forth to try to get the baby going, because the heartbeat went down to, it was at 143 for the most part, and then it went down, her heart went down to about 40 beats, so they panicked, and they were like, well, obviously, and took me in for a C-section. So Scott could see the monitor. They turned it away from me. I don't think they wanted to freak me out, but then, boom, I had like 9 nurses surrounding me. I didn't know what was going on, and they gave me the mask, like the oxygen mask. So I'm sitting there holding the oxygen mask, because then I said, what's going on? And they said, we're going in for a C-section. So I start completely shaking and freaking out. I knew Scott was going to be able to handle this. I remember looking at the clock going, Scott, it's 4 o'clock. Oprah's on, go watch Oprah, and I'll be fine. And he's like, no, I'm coming with you. So it was fine. So I'm holding the mask while they're like getting me ready to wheel me down the hall. And I get in the emergency room. The mask isn't even attached to anything. I think they had unplugged it a few minutes earlier, but I was still holding the thing, thinking I'm helping. I wasn't even hooked up to anything. So, bing, bang, boom, she was out at 4:21, and she was fine. A friend of mine worked in the, what was it, the respiratory something. They had paged her to get to the OR, but Bryn came out and she was fine. So, I don't know what the heck happened there, but she was fine, she was good, and it was funny, though, because I didn't realize what was going on, and Scott was sitting behind me and he was rubbing my head the whole time, and afterwards I said to him, like, that was really weird that the anesthesiologist was rubbing my head. He goes, that was me. I'm like, oh, okay. Because they were both by my head. I don't know. So anyway, I sent Scott off with her. I said, don't leave her. I was so scared that the hospital would lose her somewhere. I don't know. And then of course they gave me a bunch of meds and kind of knocked me out a little bit. So I was in recovery, and Scott was trying to get Dad's number, because Mom and Dad and Annette and Evan and Kylie, oh my God, Kylie was 2, so Evan would have been 6. Oh my God, they were so little. And they were on their way up because they knew I was in the hospital, and they were driving up, and they were in the Irving Big Stop in Salisbury, New Brunswick when they got the call. And Scott called them and said, you know, we've had the baby, it's emergency C-section, blah, blah, blah. And so, yeah, that's how they found out. It was in the middle of a diner. So, yeah, and I don't really remember holding her initially because I was, like, out to lunch. So, and I kind of remember my family being there, but again, I was just, like, loopy. But yeah, so that was Bryn's entry into this world. And then Kerrigan, she was a C-section. We had just planned it. Because I had had a C-section and made out okay with Bryn, then I was allowed to have a C-section with Kerrigan. So with her, because it was scheduled, we just walked in. It was very systematic, and so I haven't experienced labor, really. So, and I haven't really given birth. I took the easy road, I guess. I don't know. Recovery's tricky, but yeah. So that's how Bryn got her name and how she came into the world. So yeah. So we're gonna go out to dinner tonight. I have to wrap her presents. At 13, she just kind of took it on herself and ordered her own gifts. She went online, found some clothes she wanted. I got her a couple other little things, but she ordered some stuff. It's hard because we don't have shops, and I know there's not much around here that she's kind of into, so I forget where she ordered from. But anyway, it arrived. It's here. Although one item was on back order, so I don't know how that works. But anyway, I'm sure we'll get it in 5 weeks from now. Oh, and speaking of mail, I have my little basket, and I have my first postcard. This is from Liverpool, in the UK, and it's from Sue, and I hope she doesn't mind, but her YouTube name is Sue, just S-U, Sue Kitten 1, and she has all her information on there. She's subscribed to me a while back, and she's liking the postcard exchange. So thank you very much, Sue. I have your postcard here. I'm not going to show you what the front of it looks like, because then you can be surprised when you go to your mail. I've gone out and I've purchased a bunch of Bermuda postcards, so I'm just waiting for postcards to arrive. I check the mail. I've actually been checking it, but we're just getting started with this. And I have my address book to keep track of everybody, and I've been getting the emails from you guys, the messages that you've been sending with your email address. So I will send out a postcard when I get your postcard. My craft market stuff has been doing awesome. I'm like so busy right now. I've put together a bunch of houses the other day, and I'm trying to get the albums done, but the albums are going really fast. As soon as I make one, I put it on my table when I'm at the craft market, and it sells, which is awesome, but it's like, oh my God, I can't keep up. Last weekend I went out and I bought this shelf, another Expedit shelf, which is cool. So I'm sort of storing my stuff on there when I don't have it in my craft bag, which I take out to the craft market. And I met Maria. Hello, Maria. It was so cool to meet you. She came on the Norwegian Breakaway. And she bought my craft, she bought my album and my house. I thought that was so cool. Thank you. She bought the pink house because she wanted to get the little pink cottage. So that was really cool. So it was so neat to meet you, Maria. She has beautiful eyes, like unbelievable. Like her eyes are like ice. It's so cool. So it was really neat to meet her. I met a couple the other week, or actually what day is it? Friday. I met them Tuesday. I want to say Pennsylvania or Philadelphia or Pittsburgh. I get those all mixed up. There was two couples that came together. They had been here for their honeymoon. One of them was celebrating their 30th anniversary. And I said happy anniversary when they left, and I hope it was the right couple I said that to. They bought one of my yellow cottages, which was cool. It was so nice meeting them. We had a big chat. And yeah, so that's been what's been going on at the craft market. I have one more lace lesson with Gail out there next week, and then that's it because the kids are off for summer. And I will still be going out to the craft market to make my things probably just once a week during the summer. And yeah, I'm just looking at notes that I wrote down the other day. Kerrigan is on an island. Within an island. She's on a camping trip, the year 6, which is grade 5. Here we call it year 6. They're on a camping trip. They left Wednesday, and they're out by the airport in St. George's. So I've got to go pick her up this afternoon. They're coming back this afternoon at 3 o'clock. I mean, you can see the island that they're on from the island that we live on. Yeah, they have their tents. So all the girls have their tents and all the boys have their tents. And it's so funny because when we got there, all the kids just kind of mingled and sat in the field and, heard all the instructions of what they can and can't do. And then it was funny, they set up their tents. So the girls are way over on this side of the field and the boys are way over on that side of the field. And when they came back to sit down, it was funny. They just stayed in their groups with an aisle right down the middle. It was so funny that they completely separated themselves. I did a great big mural. The teacher asked me to do a drawing because back in the fall, I was invited to go with some of the kids to Masterworks, which is an art gallery here. And there was an artist here in town. Is he Bermudian? I can't remember. He may have lived here at one point. Oh my God, I can't remember. Anyway, he did this big drawing on a canvas for the kids. It was I don't know, 8 feet long by 4 feet wide or whatever. And he did 2 of these. And he did a drawing of Bermuda, of houses and palm trees and bushes and stuff. And then what they did was they cut up pieces of material and did a mosaic and just glued them all on top of the drawing. It was really cool. So the teacher that was there that day said, could you do something like that with the kids? And she said it'd be a great craft to take with us on the camping trip in June. So I was like, sure, okay. So I did this big drawing. I took a picture of it, but it's kind of faint because I just did it in pencil. So I'll insert it here just so you can see what it was. So that's the drawing I did, and then I had to cut up material. So I had my rotary cutter, and I just cut and cut and cut and cut and cut for hours to get all the material. So I hope they had enough, but they took it over to the island. So I went with them to the island on Wednesday and got the kids set up with the craft and showed them how to do it, because some kids had gone on the field trip that day and some didn't. So yeah, so hopefully it's done. Hopefully they got it done. And I think they're going to hang it in the school, which would be really cool. So I'll get a picture of it when it's all completed. I do have a few pictures from that day at the camp and what it looks like over there, and the kids and their tents and the mural and the kids working on the mural. So I'll insert those. So yeah, so I hope she's had a good time. She's going to be exhausted. And I reminded her the other day when I dropped her off, I said, it's your sister's birthday when you come back. I know you're going to be tired and burnt to a crisp, but just please suck it up for the evening. Let's go have a nice dinner, be nice to your sister, and then you can sleep in because it's the weekend. Thank God they plan it like that. So yeah, they put all their stuff on a barge, and took that over to the island. And then we all went on a boat and went over. So I was there till probably about 2 o'clock that day, and then I came home. And then yesterday I was going to go to Dockyard and do some lace, but I was just like, you know what, I got to get caught up on my inventory of my craft. So I was working yesterday, and then today I'm doing housework. I just finished cleaning the car, and because you have to do it first thing in the morning because then it gets too hot. Now I have to do the house. So, and my broom is out, so that's good. That's helpful. Last Monday was a holiday here. It was Heroes Day. And so Bryn went out on her friend's boat. I'd love to show you a picture of that, but Bryn hasn't forwarded me the picture. I'm just looking on the computer here. No, she hasn't forwarded anything to me yet. But nice big boat. Yeah, they're doing well. So they went on the boat for the day, and then they came back to the dock at 6 o'clock on Monday. 2 hours later, there was a shooting near that dock. So there you go. So that was a little that's a little scary. Just young guys being stupid. Like, what the heck? But yeah, so that day I took Kerrigan, and her and I went out to Dockyard, and we did some sketching. So I took the video camera, and I took the video camera to the island the other day. Of course, the battery was flashing and dead, so I'm charging it right now so I can at least do a video of her coming home, and I got to do a video at 4:21 when it's Bryn's actual birthday. Oh, God, I'm trying to fit everything in because I'm trying to do this video in one shot so I can get to the housework. Pets are doing good. I will do a video, I promise. My pet people are going to get mad at me very soon because I haven't done any videos. I'm kind of running out of ideas to do with the pets. Because, I don't know, there's nothing really changed. I haven't changed the cage. I thought about putting them outside, but it's too hot. And no. And someone wrote me in, someone wrote in, said don't put the bunny outside. So I'm not going to put the bunny outside. Pets are going to stay in. My desk was clean, but now I've been working on it. I reorganized my shelves. Phyllis wrote in, she's like, what is that thing? What is that man that stands there? She's like, I've named him Fabio. So I've made, you can't really see it, but he's got a little name tag and says, hello, my name is Fabio. I glued that to him. And then I told her I had a hand. So she's named that thing, you know, from the Addams Family. So he has a little tag on him there that says thing. So yeah, that's Fabio and thing. So there they are. But, excuse me. I just cleaned up my desk. I had to take all the toys down. I had to dust all that area. I moved my Cricut cartridges over to here. And I've got all my embroidery things there. This hoop is really cool. Maureen gave me that. Cross stitch button. She gave me that. It's so cool. You just pin your thing to the frame. Really cool. And she gave me these other embroidery hoops, and I didn't understand what they were. There's like a pink one, and but you just pinch the frame and then your stuff pops out. It's really cool. My rainbow cart is down the end. I have all my like stitching supplies and stuff on there. So I will do maybe a little tour someday of my craft room and if I've changed anything. What else? I've been working on my list for Halifax. The kids and I are going to Halifax soon, and I will bring you with us. We're going to, where are we going to go? We're gonna go shopping. We're gonna do the kayaks again. We'll go down and visit Nana. My aunt and uncle have moved, so we're gonna go down and see where they live now. We're gonna go to Antigonish, which Kylie and Evan are gonna be competing. He plays bagpipes, she plays the drum. And Kylie is now working at Citadel Hill. I know you saw where Evan worked last year. I took you guys, and he was piping up at the fort in Halifax. Kylie just got a job there, so she's going to be working. She's got the big fuzzy hat and everything. So, of course, she starts working a couple days before we arrive. So the girls aren't really going to see much of her because it's a long, hot day in a kilt at that job. So she's going to be working most of the time that we're home. So it's really weird. It's just things are changing now, and the kids are getting older. So But we're still going to do stuff. I'm sure my kids will be camped out at Forever 21 the whole time we're there. I have ordered some paper. I desperately need scrapbook paper. So I ordered from Joann's, which is awesome because they now deliver to Canada. Thank God. I had a caller the other day. I keep saying, I'm sorry. I'm tired. There we go again. I called Joann's the other day because it wouldn't work. I couldn't put my billing address as Bermuda. And she said, just put 5 zeros in where your zip code's supposed to be, because ever since they started sending to Canada, we have 6 spaces for our postal codes. It's letters and numbers. So she said it doesn't work, and sometimes when it doesn't work, you just put in 5 zeros. She's like, can I help you with anything else? Is there anything else? And I said, oh, I just wanted to say thank you for finally shipping to Canada. So she laughed. I was like, oh, no, you don't understand. I really enjoyed Joann's. Something I'm going to go try to find today here, there's a scrapbook store out in St. George's, right where I'm going to be picking Kerrigan up, and they have a little scrapbook store out there, and I'm hoping to find the Crocodile Corner Punch. That's enjoyable. A friend that I have here at a stitching group, she showed me hers, and I'm like, oh, it's enjoyable, because I have the corner rounder of the Creative, what was it, Creative Memories? I don't even know. So yeah, I have that, and you can only do one piece of paper at a time, and I round the corners on my photo mats that are in my albums at the craft market, so when I'm sitting there working, it's like snap, snap. It's very annoying. So yeah, I want to get one of those, and what else? I think that's it. The chicken's doing good. She's still in her calm down corner. I don't know why she won't come out of the corner. She's not sitting on anything. She's not having any eggs. I think it's just getting hot now. She'll come out during the day. She'll come out around the front to be fed, and then she'll go over here in the back corner, and there's a little pile of dirt. So she'll go sit in the dirt. Last week, as you guys know, I did a video about my mom, and I did that poem, and thank you so much for you guys writing into me. I've had some private emails that people have sent me and told me their stories, and thank you so much for sharing with me. And one of you mentioned the butterfly, and you said the butterfly was under the tent that day, and the other day I was sitting outside, and this butterfly fluttered around me the whole time I was sitting outside. It was like, oh my God. So the butterfly was flying around, and then there was a mourning dove, and I know one of you has a mourning dove for your, I apologize, I can't remember names and things. I know the butterfly lady because I've written down in my book that she is to receive a postcard with a butterfly on it. Where are you? I have you in here, and I can't remember your last name. There we go. Jennifer. I have you in here, and it says butterflies. Butterflies are her mom. So there we go. Jennifer, you're going to be getting a postcard with a butterfly on yours. So yeah. And then what else? Oh, I was at the craft market the other day, and I had my business cards sitting there, my red cardinal, and red cardinal crafts. I don't have one here. And a lady came up and she said, oh, it's a cardinal. And she just looked at the other lady that she was with. And I said, oh, that's a symbol I have for my mom who passed away. And she's like, oh, and she looked at the other lady, and her mom passed away in December. And that's her symbol for her mom. And she said, but you don't have them here, do you? And I'm like, oh, yeah, we do. So I said, get outside, go look. I'm sure you're going to find one today. So yeah. So thank you for that, guys. And what else? I've been looking at... that's not something I need to get into, but I've been looking at people's Halifaxes and day timers and all this stuff. I mean, I don't really need a list to remind myself to wake up and go to sleep and stuff, but I do have my Halifax, and I have been trying to keep track of appointments and stuff. God, I gotta call the doctor about Bryn's eyes. I gotta fix her contacts don't fit. They gave her this new contact because her contacts weren't working. And it's huge, and she can't really even blink. The thing's so big. So I gotta call about that. I gotta call about her knee. Her knee's sore. Yeah, anyway, I gotta make a bunch of phone calls. Anyway, day timer. Everyone's decorating these day timers. Maybe I'm, behind the times, and you guys have been doing this for, 5 or 6 years. I don't know. But it's kind of cute. And I was thinking about, decorating mine. But really, I've got so many other things I need to do. The last thing I need to do is decorate a calendar that I barely use. No, I do use it, but I'm not organized enough to leave it open and have it there to remind myself of things. It's, yeah, anyway. But it would be fun to decorate it. I'm kind of into decorating it. Oh my God, Tanya, you got stuff to do today. Okay, I have to go. I got to clean the house, and then I got to get way out to the airport and get Kerrigan, get her back, get Bryn, get them home, and then we're going out to dinner. So stuff to do. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope the weather is nice where you are, and you're going to get out and enjoy it. And I'll be back next week. All right, take care, guys. See ya.